Neopharma is a global pharmaceutical company that was established in Denmark in 1908. That means that for more than 100 years we have supported patients and people living better lives with their conditions. We are particularly passionate about dermatological conditions such as psoriasis and infected eczema. And we have supported healthcare professionals and people with their knowledge base within dermatology and are very committed to do so going forward.
AK, or actinic keratosis, is a sun-induced change in the skin. It has rough skin, slight redness, and it can sometimes lead on to skin cancer. The sun-induced part of it reflects the exposure to ultraviolet light, which patients can also get from sunbeds. AK is really quite common. Maybe 23% of people over the age of 60 in this country, more so for men, less so for women, but also affects young people through middle age up to the very elderly. The older you are, the more chance you have of having one, and the more chance you have, if you have one, of having several. Society at large is probably not very well aware of actinic keratosis or how common they are. Some groups, such as golfers perhaps, I've spoken to some golf clubs about the problem, may be more aware of skin problems connected with the sun than others. But generally I think patients come along with a little scaly patch, not knowing what it is.
So patients will present to GPs or dermatologists with either a small mark in the skin, usually a reddish mark, flaky area of skin, or they'll be aware of a textural change. So they'll say the skin's a little bit rough or inflamed in those areas, and that's usually how they'll present. However, a lot of the time people will present with something else, and this will be detected as just something in passing. So they'll come with something else, another skin lesion maybe, and then we'll notice that they have these other lesions, actinic keratoses. Actinic keratoses vary a lot in their look and their feel. They start off as very small, discrete red lesions, often a little bit rough, scaly to touch, but with time they may become thicker and become very thickened on the skin. They may become much more confluent, so they can join up, so the whole, for example, the forehead or the scalp in bald men can become involved.
When I talk to patients about the risk of having an actinic keratosis or many AKs, it really does depend on the amount of sunlight they've had and the number of the AKs they have. One single AK really doesn't confer much of a risk upon their health generally. AKs are known to get better on their own, and I will point this out. If you have many AKs, there is a higher risk of them transforming into a form of skin cancer called a squamous cell carcinoma.
Actinic keratoses are very, very common, and the very small lesions and flat lesions often need very little in the way of treatment. Simple emollients, moisturizers, and sun protection should be the mainstay of treatment for very early lesions. There are a number of other treatments available. These vary from creams to destructive treatments such as freezing and scraping away, a technique called curettage. And for larger areas, we often use another cream and light treatment called photodynamic therapy. So there are lots of different treatments out there, and the key is using the right treatment for the right patient. Cryotherapy is a freezing treatment of actinic keratosis using liquid nitrogen, and it is aimed at treating an individual lesion. However, actinic keratoses are a marker of global sun damage. You don't just get sun damage in one part of your cheek or your forehead. The whole area will have had a similar amount of sun exposure. And we know that those areas are involved, even if we can't detect it clinically, so we can't see change, it's still likely to be there. So the rationale for using cream-based treatments is that you can treat a slightly wider area, and that will pick up some of the early change that you can't yet see. We don't know whether treating actinic keratosis does prevent future skin cancer change, but we all believe it probably does, and that's the rationale for treatment. By treating the field, we're hoping that you can reverse some of that sun damage and prevent future change. The impact of actinic keratoses amongst patients varies very widely. There are certainly patients out there who are not at all worried and won't present with them. And there are other people who will be very concerned about a small number of lesions that maybe from a clinical point of view we're less concerned about. I think overall people aren't aware of the impact of actinic keratoses and their relationship with sun damage and that increased potential to skin cancer. And part of our role is in increasing awareness that these are a sign And that's not just to patients, that's to GPs too, that patients who have lots of these do need to be taken seriously. They do need to have their skin examined, and one needs to have a higher suspicion for other changes that may represent skin cancer.
As the leading prescription dermatology company in the UK, we provide products, support and training to the NHS and to people living with a skin condition. We also champion awareness of dermatology issues, and we hope to partner with the NHS to increase the awareness of dermatology on the public agenda so it will get the awareness and attention that it truly deserves. We have been committed to dermatology for many years and believe to have a good understanding of the challenges people with skin conditions face. We are 100% committed to help people achieve healthy skin.